Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to learn how to create this Automoblox male figure just like the one seen here. Keep in mind, it's just a loose representation of the real thing. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Come on up here and we're going to do a File, New Design. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Come on up here and create a new sketch on the XY plane here. All right, and we're going to grab a rectangle here, and we're going to grab a 2-point rectangle. And we're going to start right here at our origin, and we're going to draw out a box that is smaller than that, 0.575. I'm going to type in the blue highlighted box there. I'm going to hit the tab button. I'm going to type in, once again, 0.575 and hit enter. And I'm going to zoom in so we can all see here. And then I'm going to go ahead and finish my sketch. And we're going to extrude that guy a distance of 0.3 inches. All right, now let's go ahead and start a sketch here on this cube we just made. I'm going to zoom in. And the instructions tell us to make construction lines to center our oval. So I'm going to hit the construction button here. I'm going to grab my line. I'm going to find the midpoint here, and I'm going to just come down to the other midpoint. Okay. And I'm going to find the other midpoint right here, and I'm going to come across to the other midpoint. All right, I'm going to hit escape. I'm going to take it out of construction line. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and draw out the ellipse here at the center of our square right here where our two construction lines cross. So let's come on up here to create. Let's come on down to ellipse. We're going to click on it. We're going to come right here at the center. We're going to drag out our mouse. We're going to click at the center. We're going to drag out our mouse. And our highlighted blue dimension here, we want that highlighted blue dimension to be 0.472. And I'm going to click now. And I'm going to drag my mouse up. And I want this highlighted blue dimension to be 0.31. I'm going to hit enter. Okay. And that's it for this sketch. We're going to go ahead and finish it. And we're going to extrude this guy right here in a distance of 0.115. Okay, and keep in mind that for this tutorial, we're doing a rough representation of the Automoblox male figure. We're not doing it exactly. All right, so now let's come on over here and we're going to start a sketch here on the top of this ellipse that we just extruded. All right, and we're going to go over here to, we're going to actually come down here to create. We're going to project the geometry here of this outer ellipse and hit OK. And then we're going to offset it a distance of 0.05, hit enter, and that'll do it for this sketch. Let's go ahead and finish the sketch. And now we're going to extrude this guy and this guy a distance of 0.84 inches. All right, now we're going to learn something new. We're going to learn how to use what's called a taper here on our extrusions. And our taper, depending upon how you enter it, in our case, it's going to cause this top portion out here to flare outwards a little bit. So we're going to do a taper angle now of 10. All right, and go ahead and hit OK. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and start a sketch here on this face right here. And I'm going to flip it over here. And I want to show you guys a unique feature called Slice Graphics. And what Slice Graphics does, if I check Slice, what it's going to do is it's going to slice everything on this plane right here. So you can see basically like the inside of the part. So if you want to do a sketch inside of the part, you can slice it open and see the interior so you can draw on it. Okay. So now that we sliced our graphics, now we can start drawing on this cutaway section here. All right, so I'm going to come up to my line tool. I'm going to draw a line out right here across to here. And then I'm going to kind of keep going with my line, and I'm going to kind of just draw it out, oh, something like this area right over here. Okay. I'm going to click down over here. Actually, I'm just going to hit escape. I'm going to click down over here and have another line on the other side, basically the same line, but on the other side. Okay. And then I'm going to connect it all up right here. And it's kind of crooked, we can fix that, right? We can make this guy parallel with that guy. Okay, and now let's go ahead and draw a center line real quick down the middle. So I'm going to find this midpoint and I'm going to come straight up. I'm going to hit escape and I'm going to add some dimensions in here. I'm going to dimension this corner to our construction line. I want that to be 0.6 exactly. And I want this total distance to be 1.2. So it's perfectly symmetrical here. Okay. And finally, I'm going to hit escape. I'm going to come in and create a 3-point arc real quick. I'm going to click here. I'm going to click here. Oops, and I need to take it out of construction line mode. And I'm going to zoom in a bit just to show you guys again. So let's try that again. Let's do our 3-point arc. And remember, all errors are for instructional purposes only. So I'm going to click here. Whenever you're drawing an arc, you click where you want to end the other side of the arc, and then you move your mouse to adjust the radius of the arc. And I'm just going to kind of zoom in here, and that looks good. Right there, that green X shows up. We'll do something like that. Okay. All right. So when you're done, you should have something like this, because we're going to extrude here in a second and cut some material. I'm going to hit escape. And I'm going to just trim some of these lines here. So let's just trim this middle line here and our construction line. Okay, I'm going to hit escape again, and I'm going to finish my sketch now. And before we move on, let's not forget to save the file. We'll just go ahead and hit save. All right, so now let's go ahead and extrude our sketch. We're going to come on up here to extrude. I'm going to click on this face. I'm going to hold down the control key at the same time, and I'm going to click on this face. And I want to come on over here, and I want my direction to be symmetrical. Distance through all. And I don't want to cut it. I want to intersect it. Okay. And I'm going to now hit OK. And if you've successfully done it, you notice that you have like that nice sort of unique geometry of our Automoblox male figure here. And the last thing we want to do is to make the Automoblox male figure head. And to do that, we're going to just do a center revolve. So, and I'm just going to kind of make sort of a generic looking head here on, let's see, do I want my XY? I believe I want my XZ that goes down the middle. Okay, and nope, I don't want that one. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a plane, a mid plane here. So I'm going to make one in the middle of that, and I'm going to make one here. Let's try that again. A mid plane here. We're going to click there. We're going to click there. And then hit OK. And now we're going to just create a sketch here on this middle plane right here. Okay. And once again, let's go ahead and slice our graphics open here. And I'm going to, so you can see the inside, and we're going to sketch. Okay, so I'm going to just kind of, well, let's do this. Let's make a construction line. It's going to be right here in the middle. Okay. Actually, I should have made it higher. There we go. I'm going to hit escape, take it out of construction line this time. I remembered. All right, and now I'm going to draw a regular line, and I'm going to just start right here, somewhere below my part a little bit, and I'm just going to draw a line up about there or so. Let's see, does that look proportional? I'm going to try to make the head proportional to the body, so the head's not really small or the head's not really big. All right, let's see here. I'm going to keep it in my line mode, and I'm going to come on over here, and I'm just going to kind of something like this. I'm going to draw a line downwards here. I'm going to hit escape. I'm going to come over here and grab my 3-point arc. I'm going to click here, click there, and just sort of drag out an arc that looks something like that. I'm going to come down, find the bottom of my line right here where this green box is, and I'm going to do the same thing and just try to draw an arc that looks something like that. Okay, and let's try making these equal to each other. Let's see what happens. So make that one equal to that one. That looks a little better. And that's pretty good. I think I'm just going to kind of make something basic like that for now. I'm going to go ahead now and let's just finish our sketch. And I'm going to go ahead now and do a center revolve. My profile is selected for me. I'm going to now select my axis. And I'm going to go ahead. I don't want to cut. I want to join. And there we go. Okay, there is our Automoblox figure complete with its nice looking head. Last thing we want to do now is just give it a material, and we're going to give it ABS plastic because I believe the actual parts are made of ABS plastic. So I'm going to drag that over there and hit close. It's ABS plastic now. And now let's go look at the appearance here. All right. I'm going to right click here, edit, and we're going to just make it green like all the other Automoblox parts here, something like that. That looks pretty good. Go ahead and hit close. Let's go ahead and save it when you're done. And that's it for this Automoblox male figure. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.